Hi, everyone. I know we've got just a couple minutes. We'll wait and maybe until a few more minutes just to see if everyone else that needs to get on is going to get on. But otherwise, good morning. My name is Hannah, and I will be going through the training today. So I'll wait just a few more minutes in case anyone else hops on for 9:30, and then we'll go ahead and start. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. It is 9:30. Again, my name is Hannah. I will be training you today on how to view the Apex reports that you are sent um, after every payroll and also your quarterlies. Just a little bit about myself. I have worked here a year this month. I got an accounting degree and in business, and I've been with HireLevel for about a year. I'm from Marion, Illinois, so I know a lot of people that are getting on today might not be from Illinois, but just to let you know, I am from Illinois. So today we're going to go over the reports that you guys receive after every payroll and also your quarterly. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so whenever you have a payroll and it is closed, you should be set up to get those reports emailed to you. So this is what your email is going to look like. I did a test demo and I just emailed it to myself, as you can see here. And this is what it's going to look like in your inbox. This is what the what it's going to say here. So that way, whenever you're searching in your email for reports, if you type in the reports here, you can see, and it's got your the client name as well. So whenever your payroll processor closes the reports, that is when you will get them emailed. These are examples of some of the basic ones you might receive, you know, your payroll detail, your deductions, your payroll summary, direct deposit summary. You can also request additional reports to be sent with these basic payroll reports that are sent to you as well. So if you have additional needs that you want to see, maybe a labor distribution or something like that with every payroll that you we close for you, then you can also request that from your payroll processor, and we can add that, and it'll be in this in these reports as well. Whenever you are sent these documents, a password is required. So we set that up for security reasons. So that way, if for some reason your email were to be hacked or anything like that, then they would not be able to have access to these reports because, you know, they are very sensitive. And that way we can keep them a little bit more protected with a password. The one thing I will have to mention is, unfortunately, if you do have a MacBook, I've had multiple clients that try to open these reports in a MacBook and it's not successful. So you will have to use a Windows computer in order to open these from your email. Okay, so we also have what's called the online reports portal. So for the most part, a lot of our clients use the email, but the online reports portal, you can have your reports posted to this after every payroll is closed. So you can choose to have it emailed, you can choose to have it just posted to your online reports portal, or you can choose to have it sent to both. So this is a little bit more secure because you have to log into something. They don't just get in your email. A lot of times I know clients have a hard time because they get a lot of emails from people, and sometimes the reports can kind of get lost in there. So this is a good way to keep all of your reports in one place. As you can see here, where it says type, you can select that to say documents, which is what's down here, like your payroll documents, or also quarterlies. So your quarterlies are posted here as well. And then you can change your date range as well. So in order to have access to this, it's $5 per pay period. But like I said, I think it's worth it because you don't have to worry about digging through your emails for all of your stuff, and then it is more secure than having everything sent to you on email. So if this is something that you're interested in, definitely reach out to your payroll processor and let them know. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the common reports that you are sent in your email. And this one is the payroll detail. What this does is it shows a breakdown of each employee's pay. I know this is a little bit small, but you can see each employee, what their rate is, how many hours they received, the gross pay, the taxes, if they had any deductions or garnishments, and then the net pay they're going to receive. You can see the check date here at the top. And then at the bottom, this actually was from a second page, but I snippeted it and put it on here. You're going to see your company totals. So your total hours for that pay period, the total gross pay, total taxes and everything, all those broken down, as well as deductions, reimbursements, your total nets, and also your total employer taxes here. So this is a nice report to view to see a breakdown of each employee for every payroll that you have. So for some of you that approve your payroll for before it is closed, this is the closed version of what you receive. So it looks just like that, except instead of saying like pending for checks, it does not say if it's a check, regular, like a live check or a direct deposit here. Okay, this is your payroll summary. This does not have a breakdown of the employee per employee. So this is a breakdown of the whole payroll for your company. It'll show totals. It gives a breakdown of all your taxes here. And it'll also show your invoice amount down here in the middle. So the thing about this is that I wanted to point out is in the middle section, it says deposit responsibility client. This will be if the client is, the taxes come off of the client's account. So if you know that, maybe we pay your taxes for you, but we are off of your account, this is what will show there. And over on the right side, these say all zero, but over on the right side, that is where if we impound taxes from you, then those amounts will be here, and then we will pay those on your behalf. The one thing on this, that because this was just a demo that I ran, the bottom here, where you can see the bar at the bottom, that will show your actual total that will be impounded from your bank account, what we will pull from you. Taxes, your invoice, all your checks, direct deposits, anything like that, that will be at the bottom. So your grand total. So if you need to see, how much you need to have in your bank account, then the payroll summary is a great report to look at. Okay. Also, we have your payroll check report. This will show the live checks and direct deposit stubs that your employees will be receiving. So a lot of clients either have us print them off and mail them, or these are just emailed to you. So if we print them and mail them for you, then you don't have to worry about printing these yourself. If we do not print them and mail them for you, then for direct deposit stubs, you'll need to print those and either give those to your employees or keep those for your records. If we have to reprint a stub for an employee, there is a cost associated with that. So it's just important that the direct deposit stubs are kept on file. This is your direct deposit summary on this demo account that I ran this payroll with. We did not have a lot of direct deposits set up, but as you can see, you have Mrs. Butterworth here and the pay date. And if she was to be getting any amount in her direct deposit, it would be here. And then it shows the account type, whether it'll say C for checking or S for savings. And you have your account number and your routing number. So this is nice to see if you have employees that get multiple direct deposits. You know, some people like to have them put in checking and some maybe $50 in savings. You can see the breakdown of everyone's direct deposit summary here. The next we have is the deduction report. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just, you know, a breakdown of each deduction that you have, you know, whether it be health insurance, 401k, maybe any garnishments, child supports, things like that. And then each employee that is getting that deduction will be broken down here and we'll have the amounts and totals. So if you notice at the bottom, it says WG Amanda Jones. If you look over in the middle, it says vendor SDU. The SDU, that is the person, I hate to say person, the entity that will be receiving this money. So if you have us print these checks for you and mail them, or even send them electronically, then a vendor, you will see the vendor name right here on this deduction report. So some clients, they like to send their own deductions. If they have health insurance, they pay that themselves, which is perfectly fine. We will not have a vendor pulled in because a check or a payment will not produce on our end. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about are the quarterly reports that you will receive every quarter. So this is also a little screenshot of an example of an email you will receive. You will receive them from ehtax2@HireLevel.com. So a lot of times clients, they end up in maybe the spam or junk folder only because they don't get emails a lot from ehtax2. They mainly get emails from their payroll processor. So you just have to be careful to check your spam folder just in case it ended up there. Also, too, it's really important to make sure that you keep these on file because there is a charge to resend quarterly files. Okay, so I'm now going to show you some examples of reports that you will receive in your quarterlies. So the main thing that I know a lot of clients like to look at and see is the federal 941 tax return. Now these just obviously have zero numbers because it's a demo account. It'll show you the number of employees that you had receive wages, then all their wages that were that they received, then then the amount that was withheld from them. And then also here at the bottom, you'll see if they had any adjustments that quarter. And then the bottom is the total tax liability that's due. So this amount has already been pulled from you guys throughout the quarter. So this is not a bill that you received. This is purely informational and for your records. You will also receive the Federal Unemployment Summary, also oftentimes referred to as FUTA. So this is going to show the summary of the federal unemployment that's been paid and reported. And then you'll also receive a SUTA wage summary, which is your state unemployment summary. So, and again, it is similar to the federal, but it shows you the wages that was reported for unemployment in the states that you pay wages in. So if you have multiple states, you'll receive multiple of these reports for each state. We also have the quarterly state tax return. So this is going to be similar to, this is an example of the Illinois form. I know many of you might not be in Illinois. So then again, this is a breakdown of wages that were paid in that state, how many employees were paid in that state, and then what was the taxes that were withheld. So depending on how many number of states that you do business in, you will receive multiple quarterly state tax returns for those states. Okay, well, that's all I have for today. I know you guys, your time is precious. You have a lot of things going on with COVID-19 and everything, and I just wanted to do this to kind of inform you guys maybe on any questions you had. I know sometimes the reports can be confusing, so if you have any questions now, if you can type in your little question bar if you have any questions. So I got a question, should I be hearing something? I assumed you guys could hear me. Can someone let me know if you've been hearing me this whole time? Okay, thank you for letting me know. So if you guys have any questions, you can type them in your question bar now. If not, then of course you can reach out to your payroll processors. If you have any other questions regarding anything we talked about today, I really appreciate all of you joining us. If you have anything that you need, please don't. Yes, this is only related to Apex reports. So what I'm going to do, okay, Mary, you said you opened your files on your Mac before. Well, that's interesting. I've had a couple clients that have told me they were not able to open theirs on a Mac. So I will look further into that and see. Mary, if you don't mind, I am going to reach out to you after this is over and ask you a couple questions if that's okay, because I want to be able to let some of our clients that I know are having a hard time opening documents on their Mac help them out as well. So if you know anyone who had registered but maybe they're unable to join, or if you're just kind of catching the back end of it, then we actually recorded this webinar, and we will send that out within the next 48 hours. So Kim, I see that you said that is it just 15 minutes long? Unfortunately, that's just all I had today. It's pretty basic, just with the reports that we've done. So if you missed the beginning, we will be sending out a recording of this webinar, so that way you can watch it from the beginning. So if anyone has any other questions, Jana, I know I see that you're asking a question if there's a webinar on how to work the payroll system. I will also follow up with you on that in an email outside of this training. So, okay, well, again, thank you all for coming, and I enjoyed having the opportunity to go through this with you. So you can either email me, or you can just email your payroll processor and we can answer any questions you have. So again, have a great weekend. Hope you guys are staying healthy and safe, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you.